Dixie Creek, a small stream near Elko, Nevada. For a long time, the area was desolate, with little more than rocky terrain and sparse vegetation along its banks. Everything changed dramatically thanks to beavers. The architects behind the vibrant wetland scene now thriving in the heart of the desert. Without their influence, life wouldn't have rejuvenated in these regions. Over 30 years, a dry and almost unrecognizable stream transformed into an oasis amid the desert, a remarkable change evident in before and after photos. The after picture was even taken during a prolonged and severe drought, making the presence of water in the creek nothing short of miraculous. Surprisingly, beavers played a pivotal role in creating this miracle. It took time, but their efforts paid off. The story begins with cattle grazing. When European settlers arrived, they didn't realize that allowing cows to graze near the creek annually wasn't a good idea. The animals consumed all the plants within reach, leaving almost nothing growing there. With the vegetation gone, the creek's water dried up. This issue wasn't unique to Dixie Creek. Other nearby creeks suffered the same fate. In the late 80s, biologists asked local farmers to change their cattle grazing practices. Plants began to return, the creek received a boost, more water flowed in, and then the first beavers arrived to achieve the impossible. Beavers build dams that slow down water flow, causing it to accumulate rather than just rushing downstream. This results in expanding ponds, rising groundwater levels, and flourishing vegetation. The transformation turns what was once desert into a thriving paradise teeming with diverse wildlife. To understand this better, let's explore how water behaves in deserts. Desert water systems are unique. Rainfall is scarce compared to milder climates, so streams are often dry or barely flowing. When rain does come, these streams briefly spring to life before drying out again. Decades of pollution and grazing have severely degraded many small waterways in American deserts, situations where beavers are absent. Studies have shown that beaver dams can significantly improve the quality of wetlands and streams, leading to healthier rivers and better animal life. While beaver dams may not look particularly sturdy, they're surprisingly robust. Beavers start by laying down a base of rocks, then skillfully weave together fallen trees, branches and twigs they've gathered. Using their sharp teeth, they strip bark to access the sugary layer beneath, which serves as both a snack and building material. Over time, pond plants and silt fortify the dams, making them incredibly strong. It's fascinating how a small creature armed with mud and sticks can have such a lasting impact on an entire ecosystem. For instance, in 2005, scientists discovered the fossilized remains of a beaver dam estimated to be around 125,000 years old. This dam had fossilized without ever fully collapsing. When a dam is complete, it forms a beaver pond where plants thrive and animals settle. Over time, if a beaver depletes nearby resources or gets bored, it may move on. Without maintenance, the dam gradually crumbles, water seeps away, and the area fills with fertile plant debris. Grazing animals move in, and the site may transform into a lush meadow. Eventually, the meadow is repopulated with trees like aspens and willows, species favored by beavers. After witnessing this renewal, beavers often return and the cycle begins anew. The benefits of beaver activity extend beyond landscaping. For example, introducing beavers to Utah's arid areas aim to improve water quantity and quality in a desert environment. Numerous native and endangered animals depend heavily on water access. With global warming making deserts even drier, just one beaver dam can enhance life for many creatures: fish, insects, plants, birds, and mammals living in and near the river. It's an economical way to rehabilitate land without the need for heavy machinery, just the beaver's teeth, paws, and tails. Beavers also help with flooding. Their dams can have a freeboard above the water level, allowing them to gradually release excess water during heavy rains, reducing the height of flood waves. The dams smooth out water flow across a larger area, allowing it to seep slowly into the ground and eventually find its way back into the stream. Rivers with beaver dams have lower high water and higher low water levels, helping regulate stream flow and prevent both floods and droughts. Essentially, dams act as all-in-one water control systems in the wild. Scientific evidence supports that beaver dams can dramatically change landscapes. They increase water stored on floodplains and re-establish links between floodplains and streams. Beaver dams act as barriers that slow water flow, reducing erosion and affecting how nutrients and chemicals circulate. They hold back sediment, which impacts downstream water quality. Think of beaver ponds as nature's water filters. They sift through and retain nutrients and pollutants, resulting in cleaner water downstream. Moreover, beavers help remove excess nitrogen from water, a common problem due to agricultural runoff causing algal blooms that deplete oxygen in waterways. The ponds created by beavers facilitate interactions between water, soil, and plant material, allowing bacteria to convert nitrates into nitrogen gas that evaporates into the atmosphere. Research indicates this natural process can reduce nitrogen levels in water by up to 45%. Regarding wildfires, beaver dams can help mitigate their impact. By transforming streams into wetlands, beavers create damp areas less susceptible to burning. In 2018, during Idaho's Sharps Fire, which scorched 100 square miles, a beaver swamp remained untouched amidst the devastation. These lush green spots offer safe havens for creatures like fish, frogs, birds, and small mammals during wildfires. Beaver lodges, both active and abandoned, provide refuge for various creatures, including nesting spots for waterfowl and habitats for other mammals. In arid regions, the presence of water is crucial for many animals, including livestock. Areas with beaver dams see thriving fish populations, and beaver ponds serve as habitats for insects that feed other creatures like salmon. Beavers also help regulate water temperature in their ponds, creating suitable conditions for diverse species. Research consistently shows that beaver-made ponds are richer in biodiversity compared to others. Beavers remodel their habitat by felling trees and creating diverse spaces that attract a wide range of species, including mammals, amphibians, insects, and plants. Remarkably, they do all this work for free. Humans spend significant amounts of money on environmental conservation efforts like cleaning water and preventing floods. In this context, beavers contribute an estimated $632 million worth of essential ecological work annually without expecting anything in return, not even a thank you or an apology for past overhunting. Historically, beavers roamed extensively across the globe, from Scotland to Spain, Syria to Russia, and Canada to Mexico. However, the fur trade from the 1500s to the 1800s nearly wiped them out. Thanks to recent research and conservation efforts, their numbers are recovering, but there are still only about 10 million beavers worldwide, a stark contrast to the 100 million that once inhabited North America. The loss of beavers had significant ecological consequences. From the early 1800s to the late 1900s, around 100 million acres of American wetlands vanished, much of this disappearing habitat linked to the decline in the beaver population. Some researchers suggest that the arid conditions of the southwestern United States are partly due to the disappearance of beavers in the area. Regions that were once lush and filled with ponds and swamps became deserts. The absence of beavers posed problems for many species that depended on them. For example, salmon in California's Scott River used to find shelter in beaver-created ponds and canals. After the beavers vanished, the dams crumbled, wetlands dried up, and additional threats like gold mining further destroyed the habitat. Similar stories repeat across many rivers. The good news is that efforts are underway to reintroduce beavers to various regions. Multiple states are focusing on bringing back beavers to dry areas like Utah and Nevada. There are also plans to relocate beavers to Northern California, where they are in high demand. However, not everyone is enthusiastic about having beavers nearby, leading to increased relocation efforts to move beavers from problematic areas to places where their dam building skills can be beneficial. Initiatives have also sprouted in other parts of the western United States. In Washington state, Forest Service workers use beavers to enhance water resources for species like coho and Chinook salmon. In Colorado, beavers causing issues in populated areas are relocated to environments where their activities are more advantageous. Back in the 1940s, Idaho's Department of Fish and Game even parachuted beavers into remote areas to mitigate human-beaver conflicts. Despite sounding unconventional, this method was cost-effective and had a high success rate, with only one beaver lost during the operation. Today, as more states aim to restore their beaver populations, alternative relocation methods are being explored due to increased costs and logistical challenges. Some concerns have been raised about moving beavers to desert environments, especially regarding water availability and intense heat. In Nevada, some relocated beavers face difficulties adjusting to the local conditions, with a few falling prey to predators or leaving the resettlement areas. Understanding that relocation can be stressful for beavers, scientists sometimes assess the animals' personalities to determine their suitability for such moves. They conduct tests to observe how quickly a beaver approaches and investigates new objects, which can indicate their adaptability. An alternative approach is for humans to build starter dams to encourage beavers to settle and expand them. In places with less water, beavers might not build dams and instead live in burrows, which doesn't help with the goal of landscape restoration. By constructing initial dams, people can entice beavers to enhance them, kickstarting the ecological benefits. Some have taken it further by building dams themselves without waiting for beavers. While humans can create dams, the cost is significant, upwards of $50,000 for a single dam. Interestingly, when these structures are built, beavers often appear to finish the work, recognizing the potential of the location. Inside their dams, though beavers don't live in the dams themselves, beavers build lodges in the ponds created by the dams. These lodges serve as homes and safe havens from predators and harsh weather. They have practical areas for drying and eating, and raised sleeping spaces insulated with crushed wood and grass. The lodges are so cozy that other animals like American river otters sometimes share them. Despite their ecological benefits, beavers can cause problems when they encroach on human habitats. They can damage property, obstruct culverts, flood roads, and disrupt irrigation systems, leading to conflicts with farmers and landowners. Some communities have gone to great lengths to remove beavers and destroy their dams, but these efforts are often temporary solutions. Innovative devices have been developed to manage beaver activity, such as installing pipes through dams to control water levels, preventing flooding, while maintaining the ecological benefits of the beaver-built systems. Beavers don't only impact farmers, their activities can affect broader communities. In 2012, a beaver dam collapse near Duval, Washington, sent water, mud and debris rushing through the streets, causing property damage. Such incidents highlight the need for effective management strategies. In conclusion, while beavers are invaluable to ecosystems, balancing their activities with human interests requires thoughtful solutions. Through cooperation and innovative management, we can harness the benefits beavers bring to the environment while mitigating potential conflicts.